1988837. Tax is effective, efficient, and reliable.
Real estate transactions are now made easy. Whether buying, selling, or renting residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, or touristic property, we offer the best deals in real estate transactions with professional support, including valuation, material sourcing, and construction. Contact Ed Harris and Associates, your courteous and efficient real estate agents. Call 485-1456 or email carrotbiz@gmail.com.
Do you need to copy or print your document? Are you in need of insurance? Are you looking for office stationery? Stop. Yes, LMP Services on Clark Lane View Fort has all the services you need. They open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or call 454-8757 or 721-8757 for affordable rates, reliable and effective customer service with a difference.
Thank you guys for staying with us. This is Annou Koze. Thank you so much. So just before the break, and of course we will put the number on the screen so you guys could always give a call and let's have a chat. We've been discussing some of the things that hinder or hamper the female sex drive. Madame la I was reading some of the comments from you guys on Facebook. Thank you so much. We really, really do appreciate the love and the support and the suggestions. Yes, thank you. So with regards to men, now one of the things I can say first is that African Organics, we do have I think we have two products for men in that regard. We have something called Virile Man, and we have something for prostate health. But some of the products that would help boost libido, and most of those I will mention are in there amongst others. There's a particular herb called honey goat weed, and the name says it all. So that is one of the herbs. Let me give you an example. You know the drink Rude Boy? That has honey goat weed in it. I don't know if it's an artificial aspect or if it's an herb itself. I can only speak for what we put in ours. But honey goat weed is excellent for sex drive. Ginseng, Panax ginseng, is really good for boosting your libido as well. So we're on men now. And all of these products I mentioned, of course, are in the Virile Man. Ashwagandha, which is an adaptogenic. So what it does is that it kind of gives the body what it needs when it needs it. So it's a beautiful herb. Maca, pumpkin seeds. These are really good. Tomato seeds are good for prostate health as well. Blackstrap molasses, dandelion root, ginkgo is also good for male libido. So these are just some of the herbs that you can take. Of course, you have certain dietary changes that would definitely impact your sex life. If you're somebody who drinks, bears are not your friend. You can have your glass of wine, you can have Sharon drinks maca. Why am I not surprised? It's actually a sexual enhancer for women as well. But if you're a man, bears are not your friend. Okay, The occasional glass of a strong rum is much better than the best. The fermentation, the process, the constant cold drinks, these are not your friend. Green tea is also your friend. Smoking, generally, not your friend. Now, it is worth mentioning that you have persons who do not get an erection, and then you have those who cannot sustain an erection. That's two different things. Some people, so you, of course, can appreciate the difference. So, guys, these are some of the herbs that you can take. In terms of food, sweet potato is your friend, pineapple is your friend, pumpkin is your friend, tomato is your friend, beets are your friends. Anything dark green leafy is your friend. Turmeric is definitely your friend. Sarsaparilla, because it helps boost iron, burdock, yellow dock. So you get a nice increase of blood flow. These are some of the herbs that help a lot with erectile dysfunction in men. Ensure that you sleep and you have a nice supportive partner. So that helps. For women, of course, like we were mentioning before, it is women are a lot more complex because there's a lot of emotional stuff that's attached to it. But maca, awesome. Red wine is an aphrodisiac. Yes, Sharon, it is. It really is. I don't know what it is about it, especially if you have it in a sexy glass. Because anytime I go out and I ask for wine, I want it in a sexy glass. Sharon is giving some really phenomenal advice online, so you guys can definitely check it out. But red wine is an aphrodisiac. With regards to, and even the way that we eat too, the way that because we do starch and sugar, so we do stew meat with ground provisions. And I remember, I think it was Sholmes who mentioned about diabetes when we were talking about some of the causes for erectile dysfunction, and she's very, very right. And a lot of the times we say that, okay, we were not taking a lot of sugar, how come we're diabetic? Yeah, but you were taking starch. Your ground provisions, your baja, your dashi, and your yam, starch. And when starch breaks down, it does turn into sugar. And you've been eating your stew with that. So by the time everything breaks down, you essentially consumed a whole bunch of sugars. And the way that we eat fruits too. So we're taking a lot of fructose. So we don't have one mango or two mango. We have two mangoes, sorry. We have a basin. And then as opposed to prior where you have a basin and then, you go burn it out in the garden or whatever, So all of this it's stored sugar. And the body will keep it. Now, unlike certain vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin A, the body will absorb what it needs and it will drop the rest. That's why you need to eat fruits and vegetables every day. So the vitamin C that the body gets, let's say from fruits, you can eat 300 oranges this morning, and tomorrow you're not going to have the necessary vitamin intake for that particular day because the body's going to absorb what it needs, toss out the rest every day. So certain vitamins are like that. But fructose sugar is different. The body's going to absorb that. It's going to keep that. So that's that's some of the reasons why you have diabetes. Of course, there's sodas and the stuff, but a lot of the time it's inactivity and a combination of diet. It is reversible. When one person say to me, "Oh, it is," based on the stage it's at. So I think there was a camp and I realized we've kind of segued, but there was a camp in Arizona where they were actually doing that. Persons were coming in and had you under a strict regimen for a couple of weeks and literally reverse the diabetes. I remember watching that documentary. So it is reversible. But yes, in terms of erectile dysfunction, so these are some of the things. These are some of the herbs you can take. These are some of the foods that you can take. In terms of drinks, hot is your friend. For women, the Chinese have a saying that cold is a woman's worst enemy. Teas, are your friends. So the getting up in the morning and the first thing you have is some orange juice or some cold water, this negatively impacts your womb. So Sharon is making reference to alkaline water and plastic bottles which have BPA, which is basically a chemical in the plastics. So a chemical in the plastic. And if you flip over any plastic bottle, you will see the recyclable sign, like a triangle that has arrows at the end, and you'll see a number in there. Sometimes you see 2, sometimes you see 1, sometimes you see 5. This is the number of times it is safe to use that plastic before you toss it away. Anytime, so that's the number of times you can use that before the BPA starts to be released. So things like water bottles, disposable, you just see 1. So it's literally 1 use. Some containers you may see 2. So you can just flip it over and then you will know, okay, this is. So of course, glass, stainless steel, these are definitely options. But I do recognize that anytime you venture into that, then it starts to kind of dig in person's pocket. So you give persons the information, but try to make it adjust as much as possible. So for women now, maca, like we mentioned, awesome. Maca is phenomenal. Ashwagandha, red clover, which basically helps stimulate and tone and align your womb. Red raspberry. Podako is awesome for things like recurrent yeast infections, that kind of thing. But it's also an herb that you should not take for more than 7 days. So there are, information is very important at that time as well. So these are some of the herbs that we can take as women. Vitamins. Your vitamins are very, very important. Probiotics. Ladies, and I realize we kind of shifted a bit. Ladies, get on some probiotics. Your body will thank you for it. And I'm not talking about digestive health, because there's that, and that is fine. There's digestive probiotics. You are looking for vaginal probiotics. Okay, so you take what a day, it helps you maintain that pH balance, the flora fauna. And whenever that's off, we know that's when you get your yeast infections, that's when you get your thrush, that's when so you balance that. Now you have your natural probiotics, things like apple cider vinegar, and of course you can always call, we can discuss that. But then you have those that you can purchase, which is healthy bacteria. You get them at a higher level. You're going for minimum of 4 million bacteria in there. L. bifidus regularis, etc. Get on probiotics. We're talking about your feminine health. So get on some probiotics. Yogurt is your friend, but not the sweet ones. Activia is a nice brand. To get your body aligned. So these are some of the things that you can take to increase your sex drive. So that's it in terms of herbs. In terms of food, berries. Berries are your friend, whether they be cranberries, dried berries, whether they be blueberries, strawberries, cherries. I don't know if it's a berry, but it ends with airy. So anything dark red is your friend. Because generally plants kind of come in the kind of color-coded. Anything orange is going to be awesome for your eyes. Anything dark red is going to be awesome for just general flow. Anything dark green is going to have, high vitamin K and your dark green leafy vegetables, etc., etc. So berries, so your beets, these kind of things. Your yes, black grapes. Thank you, Sharon. So these are some, and I'm trying to remember them off my head. So whatever I forget, I do apologize. But these are some of the things that you can take to increase your sexual health. Green tea. Green tea. I'm gonna say it one more time. Green tea. Now bear in mind that green tea does have caffeine. A cup of green tea actually has more caffeine than a cup of coffee. So it's something that you drink in moderation, but green tea is your friend. However, green tea and maca have a lot of similar properties. So you can get the decaffeinated version of maca if you do not want if you do not want to constantly be taking green tea. Thank you so much, Sharon. She's right. It is a diuretic. A diuretic is something that allows for you to pass out fluids, pee, and cleanse. But yes, so cranberry is your friend as well for your bladder infections, that kind of thing, like we were saying, berries. And that does not necessarily mean you could go to the health shop. A lot of times you have dehydrated fruits, so you could buy your stuff and you just munch on it, make a nice little trail mix, munch on it. But you need to take care of your womb in order to improve your sex life. I trust you will feel the difference. And our Yoni speaks to us. Now, we spoke about that last week, Sunday. Yoni is a Sanskrit word for vagina. It just sounds so much more posh, right? And it would speak to you. If you're listening, it would speak to you. You know when something is off. You will feel the change in your body. You'll feel the change in your discharge. You'll feel the change in the scent. And if your Yoni is not interested in someone, she's not going to lubricate for him. We know that. Don't we, ladies? Yes, I'm going to invite Sharon here. Sharon is, yes, dark cocoa, yes, dark chocolate. Yes, it does. It works. Turmeric, ginger, a little bit of cayenne pepper, cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good as well. So these are just some of the things that you can take. Because once you can get your womb to how it needs to be, realign it, and get you where you need to be mentally, then automatically it would align in that regard. Now, of course, the lines are open. If you guys if you want to call, if you want to discuss. These are we're discussing sexual health and sex drive. You cannot take away the emotional impact. You cannot extract emotions from sex. Emotions are literally energy in motion. You cannot treat your partner like they are insignificant, like they don't matter. You cannot constantly disrespect, belittle, dismiss, and not expect it to show up in your bedroom. Similarly, you see the people who are always angry, you expect it to show up in their blood pressure. It will. They always have a wash. It will. So, because it is an emotion. So the moment you are going to have a situation where you are belittling your man, where you are emasculating him, where you are disrespecting him, where you are embarrassing him in public, where you are slapping him, where you are, whatever the case may be, please do not be surprised when his penis refuses to send that attention for you. And if you as a man are treating your woman like, nothing, with complete disregard, then you ought not to be surprised when her yoni will not lubricate for you. It's emotions. We are not robots. We're not a switch. You don't just come, turn it on, and then everything is cook and curry. And then even in those moments, do we even take the time to find out what happened, or do we just continue along the same lines of, criticism and chat? So these are some of the reasons for the sex drive. I'm not talking about the medical aspect, but we're talking about, because we are social beings, we are talking about the other things that impact us that we don't pay attention to, and then we wonder. Let me give you an example. I know this young lady, and I always call people a young lady because, hey, everybody young. And she'd been in an abusive relationship for years, physically abusive. And she was finally able to leave it. And one day she called, she started dating a guy. I kid you not. And one day she called me and she said to me, she got, she and the guy were fooling around, kissing up and stuff. And she got lubricated. And she called me shocked because she had not gotten lubricated for years in her previous relationship. She was under the impression that she probably had cancer or something was wrong with her, because her body would just reject this man. Obviously, even if we want to try to fool our brain, nah. So that's how she thought she had cancer. She thought something was wrong with her until she met somebody who treated her differently. So at the end of the day, you are harming yourself. I mean, imagine something that was designed specifically for pleasure and your body does not want it. What does that say about the person who's delivering it to you? So guys, of course, the line is open. We're going to have a beautiful chat. Any of the other herbs that you want to ask about, we're happy to do that. Yeah, let me just briefly glance. Yes. So that is in essence what it has been about, the fact that your sex drive is so beautifully tied in to your emotions, male or female. It is so tied into everything that is going on. Because you can pretend. We're good at staging. We can pretend. We can smile for the crowd and, dress the appropriate way and do the appropriate thing and go to the job and do what we need to get done and come back home. We can pretend for the crowd, but you cannot fool yourself. There's no way you can do that. So your body knows, your soul knows, and the moment it comes back to center, you come back home, and you take down the mask that we wear for public, and then your body, you cannot convince yourself of something other than what it knows to be true. You really can't. It is, and in the same breath, imagine just the opposite. Imagine the environment that fosters an expression of self, an exploration of your sexuality. Oh my God, I didn't know I could do that. Imagine the kind of environment now that facilitates you learning other things about yourself. Because I believe the more you learn about yourself sexually, the more you learn about yourself all around. Because that's usually the area we don't want to venture into, right? That's usually like the taboo area. So imagine if you can venture into that, into the great unknown, and learn these aspects and these areas with yourself. Then the rest ought to be easier, don't you think? Everything just aligns better. Because you're not denying who it is that you are. But then a safe space is so important. So guys, as a recap, and of course I'm going to borrow some of Sharon's own, but some of the herbs, men and women, you have your ginseng, honey goatweed, red clover, ashwagandha, maca, dark chocolate, not an herb but still a plant. Dark chocolate, ginkgo biloba, gotu kola. These are great for your brain, little and big brain. Podako, ginseng, ginger, cinnamon. These are some of the herbs. Green tea that you take for that. Of course, you have L-arginine. I think I said it right. That's a nice amino acid that helps as well, but that you'd have to get on its own. Probiotics. Ladies, get your hands on probiotics. Please, get your hands on some probiotics and take it regularly. If you don't believe me, get some, take it for 60 days. Stop and check out the difference. So get your hands on some probiotics. Gentlemen, get your hands on some herbs. Just for maintenance, get your hands on some herbs. Step away from the beers. If you are going to drink something that's warm as much as possible. Spend some time, energy, and effort on improving your sex life. Now, guys, it has been truly, truly phenomenal speaking with you. And of course, the lines are still open. I'm gonna bring Sharon on. She's now talking about lemongrass. So here's a nice fun fact about lemongrass. It is really, really good for anxiety. So lemongrass works beautifully in terms of if you are to pair it up with, say, orange, it calms you down. This is very good for that. It calms you down. It has been, there's some studies about it slowing the growth of cancer cells. Just like bay leaf, you know, when you make some boaden tea and you just, yes, it has that nice calming effect. You can burn the bay leaves as well, like an incense, wrap it up, burn it. It's very, very calming. But we ventured into a whole other aspect. So yes, it's been a long day. It has been a long week. I want to say thank you guys so much for staying with us today. Those of you who did ask, yeah, my week was very long, very long. So I want to say thank you, as always, for sticking with us. Next week, we're going to shift the topic up a bit. And until such a time, you guys stay safe, take care of each other. And yeah, next week, we're going to discuss something spicy. So you guys stay safe, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. And we will see you here at 7:30 on Sunday. Lots of love from us to you. Stay safe. This is Annou Koze. My name is Kishma Seri.